At this time, we are here with Stomper, one half of one of CalifaRap's hottest groups, Soldier Inc. So Storms, what's cracking?
It's not much, man. Just working on my mixtape, part two. You know what I mean? Getting that out there for the fans and everything. Just working on 76 Deep right now. It's a good project. You got to go out there and check that one out, man.
Okay, man, we'll talk more detailed about that later on. Let's start with another question for now. You are representing your hood Pico Nuevo a lot. Let us know more about your time before you started rapping.
Before I rap, you know, just growing up in the hood, kicking back with my homeboys, I seen a lot, and we went through a lot together, and just basically, I'm trying to get things off my chest, man. You know, just tell everybody, you know, how it is out there, and I don't know. I mean, I'm from the street, so I'm gonna keep it street. You know what I mean? And then basically, that's what I like to rap about: my hard life, my struggles, and shit like that. I don't really rap about, you know, parties and clubs and bitches and shit. I don't really got time for all that fucking shit. So basically, I just try to keep try to keep it street related. I got a lot of homeboys and friends that are dead in jail, and that's what's on my mind. So that's what I'm gonna talk on. You know, those are the issues that I'm gonna speak on. Everything else is just bullshit. So that's what I want to rap about, my life. You know, and then basically, if you listen to my shit, you'll hear like what I've been through before rap. You know, I barely started in this game, so you know, I'm barely scratching the surface. I'm barely getting warmed up.
Okay, you mentioned your raps now, but when and how did you start rapping?
Well, it's kind of a trip because I gotta give a lot of people credit for that. I mean, it wasn't really a thing that I I had thought it would happen. You know what I'm saying? I met a couple people who were into music. They seen something in me, and they kept pushing me. So, you know, my homeboy Two Tone, he was a producer. He brought me into the studio and showed me what it was and what it's all about, how we do things. And when I got out of jail, I had a homeboy Big C. My homeboy Big C, he's related to Grumps. And when Grumpy came home from prison, we plugged in together. First, like, few hours he got out of prison. By the next day, we already had our first track done, thanks to Two Tone and KO from Sounds of the Clips, my two homeboys of mine. And next thing you know, we shot that to Capone. My homeboy Grumpy had already been back in prison. You know, he was already locked up. And I shot that one song to Capone, and homeboy loved it. So next time my homeboy Grumpy got out of prison, he got out 6 months later. You know, we got signed. It was kind of like out of the blue. He just gave us a call and told us, "What's up? Let's go out of state on tour." He took us out of town. We went to like Washington, Oregon. We rocked shows, first shows I ever did, and we were loving it. You know, it's just a different life, and you know, something I hadn't been aware of. You know, there's a lot of shit out there. It's a big world, so Capone let us, you know, he shined his light on us. He shared his spotlight with us, and next thing you know, we just took off from there, and you know, it changed my life. So I'm just sticking to it. You know what I mean?
You mentioned Grumpy now, and what I want to know is how did you hook up with him?
Oh, how did I hook up with him? Man, I mean, I see talent in him, and he just brought it out in me. So I figure, you know what? I mean, we didn't have any idea we were gonna hook up with Caps or anything like that. It just, you know what? This whole thing just kind of fell in place. You know, it just kind of happened for us. So, and that's what's good about it. It was all natural. You know what I mean? It was all love. It was all homeboys. You know, and it wasn't like business shit. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, we're getting paid. So we stuck to it, and I'm just trying to, you know, have my music heard and try to stay out of jail. You know what I'm saying? And Grumpy, he got so much talent. I mean, that's my partner right there. I'm gonna stick with that boy right there. He's a bad motherfucker right there. You know what I mean? When you hear straight out the pen, I think that's really gonna be the time where everyone gets a real taste of what Grumpy has to bring to the table, because this album that he just made is fucking classic. Boy got some good ass shit on this album, straight out the pen. You gotta look for that one. It'll be coming real soon.
Let's start talking about your first mixtape, Unheard Underground Hits. I mean, describe it for the people that haven't heard it already.
Underground Hits, man. You know, well, back in the days when I used to fuck around with Two Tone, he would bring little instrumentals and shit, some of my favorite instrumentals, and he just like, he'd be bumping them, and he wanted to hear my voice, how I sound on this, on that. He recorded. We put things to the side, you know, and just next thing you know, after I had started working on this Soldier Inc., you know, album with Grumpy, and he got locked up. He kept getting locked up. You know, he had issues with his parole and family and shit like that. So I just, I kind of like decided that I wanted to, you know, put some more things out, but I couldn't without my partner. So I kept working on, you know, the Soldier Inc. project kept getting put off, you know, because Grumpy kept getting locked up. And I just kept, you know, smashing out tracks. And next thing you know, I mean, I'm letting Caps hear some of my mixtape songs and some of the old stuff from back then before we hooked up. And the homie liked it. And he was just like, look, we should put something out there, you know, just to promote. So what we did was I put that whole project together in a few weeks, you know, of old stuff, a couple new tracks, and what it is, you know, someone, you know, everyone's favorite beats out there. A lot of platinum artists, your favorite beats, favorite instrumentals from back in the days. When I grew up, I used to like Easy, Pac, Biggie, you know, everybody, you know, all them big names. So what I did was I took some of their beats and just like basically, you know, gave it a little Chicano twist on it, something from like our side of town, you know what I mean, the south side, you know, how we do it over here in Cali, you know what I mean, and show homeboys that, you know, homeboys sound good on these beats too, you know what I'm saying, and just get something for the homies to bump without having to hear about, you know, New York or fucking the ghetto, you know what I mean, we want to hear about the vibe, you know what I mean, so basically I just try to do that, you know, and it came out pretty good. It was a good move. That's why I'm working on number 2, because just something for the streets, you know what I'm saying, something for fun.
My favorite track from that release is the first one, Locked Up. I mean, what's your favorite jam, and especially why?
Yeah. Well, you know what, that's one of my favorite too, it's fun. Thanks a lot. Basically, my favorite one off of that whole thing got to be, you know, All My Dreams. It was just a trip because I got to speak about all my homeboys that passed away, little homeboys, older homeboys, and bring them back to life. You know, I kind of like their names are in my mind. I kind of like immortalize them. You know what I mean? Like they were gone already, buried in the ground, and like I'm bringing them back to life. The streets are gonna hear their names forever. And that's kind of like what my dream was, you know what I mean, to speak about the people I love. They ain't here no more, and just, you know, kind of like put myself as a narrator and give you a story about these cats. You know, these are good people I know, and these were soldiers, and you know, that's basically, you know, I wouldn't be where I'm at without them fools. And so like I kind of wanted to take a minute and let everybody hear that. And that song really, that one's real special to me. You know, I like a lot of them tracks on there, but you know, basically that one's my favorite because I get to talk about my homeboys, rest in peace, you know, and bring them back to life. And now everywhere we go, you know, we get to hear our homeboys. You know, like I'll be rolling down the street, hear someone bumping that track, bam, you know, and it makes me feel good because them fools are gone, you know, and I feel like I kind of brought them back to life in a way. You know what I'm saying?
You also released the long-awaited Soldier Inc. album, the newest and the strongest, earlier. Let us know more about that.
The newest and the strongest, that's right. Because, like, title has a few different meanings. You know, I'm from Nuevo, Cyclona, in the rap game. I say their hood's the strongest in the rap game right now. We got Scrappy, Capone, and Grumpy all from Cyclona. Cyclona's been, you know, representing holding caps down for a while, and I would always hear about them. So, you know, the newest and the strongest. But that album took me a while because my first project, you know what I'm saying? I wanted it to come out proper. I did a lot of tracks that I had taken off of it and put them to the side and replaced them with new tracks. And as I got better, you know what I mean? As I started to feel like fill out how you put a project together. You know, I didn't really know. I had no experience in putting an album together. I was working by myself basically because my partner's in prison, and basically, you know, I did my best with trying to get a whole package there. You know, when you put an album together, you got to have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, so it was just, you know, yeah, I put it a little to the side as I got more experience in the game, and during that whole time I was here going on shows with Capone and working on a DVD, working on a mixtape, and then, you know, just hustling on the street, you know, a lot of things going on at the same time. So that album, to me, it's all shit that I was going through on that day. You know what I mean? If that day I hit the studio, I rapped about what I was going through that day. If it was an over bitches issue about that, or if it was an issue of, you know, the fucking cops fucking with me, if it was an issue of fucking gotta get up and get paid, or whatever it was, beefs, whatever. You know, I just try to like come real and give that everybody a concept of what I was going through at that time. So, you know, like I said, like I wasn't really experienced in putting the album together, but pretty much happy with how that came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What about features and production on this one?
Straight out the crime lab, my homeboy Criminal. He's doing his thing. He's gonna be one of the best producers in the industry. You give this boy some time, man. This guy, he's hot. You know, Criminal making moves. Also, I'd like to, you know, remember that my homeboys Two Tone and KO from Sounds of the Clips, good production team. They helped me out, started me out. You know, we put a little production team together now. We're moving strong. If you look at a lot of our projects, all the high-powered projects put out last year, you're going to see Sounds of the Clips up on there. And, of course, we got Lil Joe from Green Studio. He helped me out with a few beats. I had a lot of studio time in there to work with him. He showed me a lot of different sounds and styles and stuff. And as far as features go, I try to keep the features, you know, amongst my friends. And like I have homeboys like that have been rapping, like Crazy Race. We go back, you know. I know him from the street, you know, and he's always been doing his thing. And also my homeboy Savage Joe. It's another homeboy of mine that I know from the street, from Audio 213. And you know, we're good friends. You know, he always did his rap thing long before I did, so I wanted to make sure I took time to get them on a track. And of course, I got my homeboy Bozo. He's a big talk right now. Everyone's talking about my boy. He came home from prison, and last time I seen my homeboy Bozo was a few years ago. We were locked up together, 3600 State Module. We were there for months together. You know what I mean? We were just sitting there, and we were all Sally's, me, him, and my homeboy Vago. And we'll just be busting on a tier. We'll be battling like other fools that rap. A lot of the black fools will be rapping on the tier, you know what I mean? And they sounded good. So me and my homeboy would just be battling them all day, burning them, you know what I mean? And then when my homeboy Bozo came out, he heard I was rapping. He wanted to get involved. So first thing I did is take him to the studio and get him in there on some tracks. And man, you know, like, he sounds so good, you know. I had to get him on there, a couple tracks. I had Capone on a couple tracks, Criminal, Silent, of course. My homeboy Locote, you know, he's real hot right now. Just didn't really need too many other features, you know what I mean? I just wanted to make sure I got some good homies on my album.
I also have to ask you, for this album, what's your favorite track and why?
For the newest and the strongest, I have to say Struggling Again. You know, that was my favorite track because that shit took me 15 minutes to write. It was everything I wanted to say, at the right time and on the right instrumental. Just perfect. I don't know. I mean, that song to me is a classic. I think that should be one of CalifaRap's classics tracks. I don't know. I mean, it came out, it poured from my heart, you know, and I never sang before. I do sing the hook. You know, I just walked into the studio that day and I wanted somebody to come through and do my hook, but the singer didn't come through, you know, on time, really. So, well, basically what I did was I did it myself, and, like, man, I don't know, that's just my favorite song off the album, because, I mean, I got to get a lot of the feelings off my chest, you know what I mean? That shit still fucking gives me the chills sometimes when I hear it, you know what I mean? I'm still not used to hearing myself, you know what I mean, sometimes, but that's one of my favorite tracks right there.
I know you are working on another mixtape, and I mean we already mentioned it during the interview. And I mean, can you already let us know more about that, more detailed? Because I know you already have a couple of tracks recorded.
Oh yeah, you know what? That album, I got 2 more songs to do on that album. It'll be done too. My homeboy Grumpy came out of prison, and right away he started working on a solo project, because we want to make sure, you know, while he was out, he got as much work done as he could. And so kind of put me, you know, to the side for a minute to let homeboy do his thing. And me, I'm hungry, so I'm just constantly in the studios working and dropping shit. And, like, next thing you know, I had like about 5, 6 mixtape songs done, and, you know, Capone got a whiff of them. And, like, he was like, you're working on another mixtape? I was like, nah, man, I just got a couple tracks right here put together. And homeboy's like, you know what, you should, because it's taking off, man. These mixtapes are doing pretty good for us. So, you know, why don't you finish up that project? So, of course, you know, I started hitting the studio more. I got a lot of friends with studios, so I try to work out something. And, you know, like I said, I didn't want to get in trouble, so I've been in the studio fucking around, just, you know, smashing daily. And this album, 76 Deep, is gonna be it's a good ass sequel to my first mixtape. Plus, you know what, I haven't done a solo project yet at all. And you know what, there's a few other artists I'm gonna have on this mixtape that weren't on my first one on my album, and yeah. It's a banger, man. This one I think is even gonna be bigger than my first one. So I got about 21 tracks on this new mixtape, and I got about 2 more left to do. So it's gonna be a good it's gonna be another classic right there for you. I mean.
But overall, when can we expect like a real solo album? I mean, with all original beats and everything from you.
Shouldn't be long, Funk. Check it out. I'm gonna start working on this Soldier Inc. one with my homeboy Grumpy, because this mixtape should be done hopefully by this afternoon. And me and Grumpy are gonna start working on our project together. We're gonna bring you a real Soldier Inc. Album, both of us. You know what I mean? With both of us on it, because like the first one, Grumpy only got to be on 6 tracks. So we're gonna bring you guys some heat. New Soldier Inc. LP, and then hopefully by early 2007 you'll be getting a Stomper album, and look out for that one, because it's gonna have a lot of good names on that one. A lot of collaborations people want. A lot of Chicano rappers that are controversial rappers are gonna be down with me, you know, when they're going through issues with amongst each other. I made a lot of alliances, a lot of friends in the game, so you're gonna hear a lot of good names on there. A lot of Chicano rappers, you know, but you know, for the most part, it's still cooking in my head right now. I'm still trying to figure out what the formula is gonna be on that one, but it should be some real fucking street shit. You know, I'm gonna keep it on my feet on the ground. So right here, I got my roots deep in this motherfucker right here, so I ain't gonna be changing too much of the stilo. It's gonna be straight street, It's gonna be straight real, the truth. Don't expect too much beefing with people, cause fucking that just ain't my fucking stilo. So you know what I mean? Like basically, if bottles fucking have issues, then fucking they know there's a time and a place. So other than that, just look for some good music. You know, that's what I'm trying to bring into the game, more or less than fucking stupid little controversy issues like that. I think that I'll put that to the side and let that fucking handle itself. And then so just look out for some good ass music. You know, that's basically what I'm gonna bring. New sounds, a little bit. You know, I'm gonna try to like step up the production, the beats, like to different styles instead of so like you know, shit to think to, but shit to also move to, you know what I mean? You could ride to, but you could also have some fucking a party to, you know what I mean? And it's gonna be real shit. So I'm still trying to figure out the formula, but you should look out for like early next year. I got a lot of work to do still on these other projects, and we got a lot of shows and touring to do this year. I've been all over the fucking place with Caps this year, so it's amazing how I've got time to do all this stuff I'm doing. You know what I mean?
What about the upcoming Soldier Inc. DVD? People really want to know about that one.
The DVD is done. It's hot. It's bad, but there's just like timing issues. We have so many projects over here at High Power that we're working on, and I mean we're making a lot of moves. We're working hard, you know, and Cap's doing a lot of connecting, and Criminal's doing a lot of production, and, you know, like all of us are just trying to make it and fucking, you know, come stronger every time. So I mean, as far as the DVD, it's just being on hold until the right release time. Now hopefully, you know, it's gonna be out, you know, this summer, so it's ready to go. It's gonna be a classic. It's not your average DVD. Basically, it's not about a bunch of fucking hyena stripping or fucking, you know, a bunch of people fucking fighting. Cause I don't really think that reflects Chicano rap in a good way. Basically, it's more or less like a documentary. A couple of us, like me and Grumpy and my homeboy Bozo, you know, where we come from, what we're going through, what we've been through, and you know, it has a clean ass soundtrack. You know, it also has a lot of footage, you know, because of LA. I mean, we got a lot of artists out here in the streets, street art, graffiti art. We got a lot of tattoo art. You know, a lot of people coming out of the pen who get down with ink, and they sling ink, and that's the way of a living. And I'm into tattoos. You know, that's what Soldier Ink is. You know what I mean? It's my hood stripes. You know what I mean? This is like my rank. You know what I mean? Like when you get attacked on, when you put your motherfucking, you know, your hood on you, you gotta deserve that. You can't just be like, you know, at least that's where I come from. You know, you ain't gonna be all sleeved down, tatted back, and fucking running around, and then just hide the house. You know what I'm saying? These what we're doing is we're telling the story from the fucking pen to the street, from the southeast side to the SGV, all across Lowell, South Central. We have homeboys in all parts telling their stories and what it is. It's not just a fucking big old Volo DVD. You know what I mean? This DVD is some real shit. Real stories, real fools, real sick motherfuckers, and different hoods. Not just my hood. It's a lot of hoods, and it's just, you know, showing love and respect to a lot of people who ain't around anymore. Maybe torcido or maybe rest in peace. And on this DVD, what to expect basically is you know, a story of, you know, about Soldier Inc. and what it is, and how to recognize it. Okay, well, you know, basically, I guess they're going off of what, you know, how they feel about the music. I can't really, a lot of these people are little kids, a lot of people are from different hoods, rival gangs, and maybe they have issues with you know, some of the homies from High Power, whatever, you know what I mean? But basically, we we're a unit, you know. High Power, we're together. We stand together. We're gonna ride together. We're gonna go down together. So it's like basically, you know, it's kind of good. It's a good thing. If I break down some of the walls, some of the barriers, some of the stereotypes or whatever, and that's good. That's good for us all. You know what I mean? And you know, and I appreciate that. You know what I mean? That they're appreciating my music, and hopefully that just opens the door for them to, you know, step into Locote's world, or, you know, Capone's or whatever. If they ain't really a fan yet, you know what I mean? Hopefully that'll give them a taste of fucking, you know, if they like that, maybe they'll like that, you know. Either way, we're all going to make money together, so that's the issue, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully we could all, you know, quit the fucking stupid little issues, you know what I mean? Or fucking people could run up or shut up and just leave it alone, and, you know what I mean? We're going to do it or not, you know? Fucking, you know, people like it or not. Either way, you know, High Power's going to keep making moves. There's only one way up, so basically we're going to keep moving up. And everyone else, you know, they're going to either push us up or they're going to try to pull us down. So, you know, just basically, we're just going to keep fucking doing what we're doing. Obviously, we're doing something right. Hopefully, when it comes to all the hating and everything, that could comes to a fucking end pretty soon, you know what I mean? Either way. So, if I could open the door and get some new fans, or, you know, bring some people are respecting my music or where I come from or how I sound or whatever it is that they like, then fucking that's a good thing. And hopefully that, you know, continues that way instead of, you know, continuing and, you know, all the fucking commotion, all the stupid little bullshit. 'Cause that ain't helping nothing.
After releasing unheard underground hits and the newest and the strongest, where do you see yourself in the Chicano rap business right now, and where do you think will you be at in 2 years?
Well, shit. In 2 years, hopefully I'm at the top. You know what I mean? That's where I'm going. I'm going up. I'm trying to be fucking, you know, the best I could be. So, I mean, I see right now I'm moving in the right direction, and I think, you know, hopefully I see High Power blowing up. I see Capone blowing the fuck up. I see Criminal blowing the fuck up. I see, you know, me and Grumps and Bozo and Locote blowing the fuck up. I see, you know, Malo and Silent, Tweety, and Pink, and Coyote, all them blowing the fuck up. That's all I see in the future. 2 years from now, I see us fucking, you know what I mean, with the major, you know, record deal, and, you know what I mean, making albums, and, you know, hopefully the radio wakes the fuck up, and fucking MTV, and everyone gets together, we start uniting, and fucking basically Chicano rap changes, and we take over fucking music, because that's the whole plan, right? Otherwise, why be over here putting in all this work for nothing? Yeah. You know what I mean? Well, 2 years from now, we want to have it made.
High Power is always doing a lot of shows. Let the fans know where they can see you perform next.
Shoot, I don't even know where I'm going to be next. It's so hectic. I get like a couple of days rest, and I'm on the road. I'm fucking in Arizona, and the next week I'm in Denver, and then 2 days later I'm in Texas, and then after that back over here, and then we're in Bakersfield. It's just crazy. We're all over the place. We're like every state. I mean, I've been traveling with Capone for about 2 years now, and I've been to every single state in this country except for like about 4 or 5 of them. You know what I mean? Out of 52 or 50, whatever the states there is, bam. I mean, I been all over every one of them, in small towns, big town, every lowrider show. So they can find us wherever, you know. I don't know, just keep posted. I mean, check the High Power website, you know, highpowermusic.com. Look up, you know, Capone.net. Look out for SoldierInc.net, because that's going to be coming soon. As soon as this DVD hits the street, we're going to have everything up and, you know, set. We're just taking our time, make it perfect. But, I mean, touring dates will be up. Fucking Soldier Inc.'s going to be on tour pretty soon together. So watch out for that, because I've been touring this one all by myself. You know, I've been doing my show and Hype Man for Criminal, Capone, for all the High Power soldiers. Other artists out there have been hyping shit up, doing shows. But Soldier Inc.'s back, because my boy Grumpy's out the pen, smashing, working. He's already on the run, you know, absconding it, you know, but my boys, we got my boy locked. He's all right. He's safe. He's going to be hitting shows and fucking running amok with us, you know what I mean? Pretty soon you're going to be able to see us rock some shows together, so look out for that. But, I mean, no doubt we're going to be in your city, so wherever you're at, you know what I mean? Here we come, you know what I mean?
Since you already mentioned all the internet spots, you know, I mean, what about your MySpace.com account?
Yeah, hit us up on MySpace, shit, dude. We got 100,000 of them, motherfuckers. We got promo teams all over the place. It's advertising, you know what I mean? We just networking, hooking up. So I mean, ain't no big thing though. So that's the new world shit, I guess, huh?
Yeah, it is. And I mean, you always put all the new music on there.
Yeah, you could hear my music on my page, you know. I barely had my page up a couple months, so it's going pretty strong. I liked it. I never really knew about all that shit, so to tell you the truth, it's all new to me. Fucking, but I like my fans to hear my music, because that's what I do it, you know. I'm going to get paid regardless, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really fucking worried. But basically, thing is, like, I want people to get a little taste of what I got to offer, you know what I mean? So we all have, that's the thing about high power. We got the salt and pepper, you know what I mean? We got every ingredient. We got every artist has its own stilo. Every artist is fucking great in their own thing that they do. You know, we come together like a motherfucking Voltron, you know what I mean? We're unstoppable, basically. I don't think no one out there really want to see it happen, but it's already happening before their eyes. So they're going to have to accept, realize, swallow it, and then, you know what I mean, basically learn to love it, because that's how it's going to be. Everybody here, we're doing it, and everybody else want to do it. And fucking, you know what I mean? High power is where it's at, so fucking, you know, that's all I got to say about all that shit, you know. I put my music out there on them pages for these kids could check it out, you know what I mean? I got basically it's for my homeboys in the hood, my little homegirls out there that fucking they love my shit. I get to keep in contact with my friends and fucking, you know what I mean? And get to shoot them tracks and they're loving it, and they're over there fucking, they're representing for me, you know what I mean? Just like I put it down for the Vardo, all the little homies and homegirls in the hood that I got love for and that love me out there, they're supporting Stomps, you know what I mean? They're out there on the pages, and they're fucking, you know, sharing my shit with everyone, you know what I mean? And that's what I made it for, so I could share my fucking stories with people, because there's people just like me. I'm just the same as anybody else, you know what I'm saying? There are people out there struggling, they're fucking trying to stay alive, trying to make it, trying to stay out of jail, and fucking they want to hear this shit, you know, and fucking if it ain't available, you know, to them, you know, or they don't know where to get it, or they don't got it, then they just hit my page and trip. That's what it's all about.
To come to an end, you know, since this interview turned out a little bit longer than I thought it would, is there anything else that you want to say at the end?
Just basically, look out for these high power releases. We got a lot of shit. We're making a lot of changes, a lot of fucking breakthroughs in the fucking rap industry, and we're trying to bring the world our music. You know, the homies know what it's already about, and we're gonna bring this Chicano rap to a motherfucking head. We're gonna bring it to the top. Basically, watch out for what we're doing and respect it, understand it, embrace it, because we're doing it for you guys, and fucking we ain't fucking gonna fucking fall to the fucking little petty ass bullshit people trying to bring to the table. You know what I mean? Think big. If you're a rapper, if you're a singer, artist, whatever, think big, because your dreams are real. If you work hard at it, just like anything else, you gotta have you gotta know your place. You gotta have a good mind, a strong mind, ready for whatever, and basically, you know what I'm saying, learn to fucking change and see what the fuck, you know, the world has to offer you and what you got to offer the world. Basically, fucking, you know, understand what we're doing is fucking changing the rap game, you know, and fucking we're gonna bring the West Coast fucking to the fucking, you know, the strongest it's ever been. The fucking, watch out for all these high power releases. We got a lot of artists on our fucking roster that motherfucking you guys need to check out, because fucking some real shit. We got something for everybody, for all ages, all types of music, and we're just fucking bringing it out there. We're gonna fucking show you how it's supposed to be done. And everybody else with the negativity, all that negativity, they could just, you know, they're gonna sit back and watch. That's basically it. So all I want to say is fucking shout out to Pico fucking Nuevo, Los Pequeños, all my homeboys from Cyclones, all the homies from Silver Lake, Cuatro Flats, Alley Boys, homies from Southside Riva, the IE, LA, South Central, fucking Southeast, fucking Northeast, fucking West Los, Harbor area, fucking all the motherfucking hoods out here in Southern Cali, to the fucking across the country. Just keep it high power, keep it nuevo, and fucking watch out for 76 Deep, because it's coming next. Soldier Inc. Part 2, Stomper, Grumpy. Shout out to my homeboy Bozo and fucking all the high power soldiers.